Fairfield area weather forecast. Sunshine today, high 68. Partly cloudy tonight, low 45. For tomorrow, cloudy skies, high 65. Partly cloudy, 62 on Sunday. For Monday, cloudy skies, high 72. And for Tuesday, chance for showers with the high of 78. Overnight low was 51, yesterday's high 65. Just a little over 3.3 inches of rainfall yesterday and overnight here at the WFIW studios. Currently, humidity at 88%, winds from the west at 6 miles an hour, pressure at 29.89. Right now, sunshine and 52 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield.
What is that strange ball in the eastern sky?
Yeah, I don't know.
Gee whiz.
That would be the Ark coming to pick us up.
I tell you what, I'm probably going to have to get a new sump pump because mine ran all night.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Yeah.
3.3, a little over 3.3 inches of rainfall here. That's crazy.
It is.
Good morning.
There's Mark Turner right there. I'm Mike Dreeth and Bill Book, friend of the show. Friend of the Downcast here.
Good morning.
Good morning, Bill. Thank you for being here with us.
We had boots on and came on in.
That's yeah.
You swam on
What's
in
it?
or rode?
You said it's Lake Mill Shoals again?
Yes. Oh, there's water everywhere.
I bet.
All right.
I bet it is bad down there.
It is a busy weekend, Fairfield. We've got a busy day today on Morning Coffee. We got a couple of more tickets to the Shrine Club Fish Fry.
We do.
To give away this morning.
We also
got,
have
tickets to Bye Bye Birdie.
Yes, we do. We have
and
that.
You're going to be wanting to pay attention to Mike Dreeth's birthdays this morning because one of his birthdays might be the answer to a trivia question to get the Bye Bye Birdie tickets.
Might be.
Could be. You're going to want to pay
Might
attention
be.
to that.
I think you're right. That's a good one. You've led me down the road, my friend.
I
appreciate that.
I've led you down the path, huh?
I got some pretty good hearsay to press around. I wouldn't press it around on a newscast, but this show,
Well, why not?
throw
Bring it
Anything
on.
goes.
yeah,
right?
throw it on the wall, and it doesn't really matter to me what. So, I mean, last night there was an article that said that the Casey's, the one that they're building downtown,
Yeah.
was going to get moved back a year.
Ooh.
Now, so I confirmed that is the case. It's not going to happen in the same timeline as what was announced. Okay.
Right, yeah.
Now, here's the conjecture. Here's the hearsay. And it's just us three guys here, okay? So, I mean, it doesn't really have to go any further than the three of us.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
There
Because,
was.
loose lips sink ships.
They certainly do.
And I won't tell a soul.
And we don't want any boats going down on Lake Mill Shoals. Okay?
That could be bad.
It could be. Well, it's only about 6 feet deep. You can stand up. But.
Well, I could, and Bill could, maybe not you.
Woo!
Mercy. You can tell it's Friday.
Ooh, yeah.
You can tell payday was 3 days ago, too.
That's right.
All right. Well, here's the
I'm just
scuttlebutt.
funning you.
Well, of course you are. The story is, you know how the property is cut out that they purchased to be able to build the Casey's? There's still like a parking lot that's
they're
not
by
been,
the Legion and by the Chop Shop.
right. And then there's like a tank, a gas area or something like that was, like a
Well, they had the Airtex lab. is
Yes,
still
yes.
there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my understanding is that that Airtex is now willing to sell that property to Casey's because they found out that Casey's needs 3 acres to be able to have video gaming without having a liquor license. You see what I mean?
Understand, yeah.
So if you have 3 acres, you don't have to have a liquor license to be able to have video gaming. And Bill, as you know, not you personally, but you're telling me before the show, and we have somebody that needs desperately to talk to us. No. Okay. You told me before the show that somebody had once shared with you how much money gets dropped in Fairfield and Wayne County on video gaming, and it's substantial.
I assume it's the State of Illinois website. You can go on there and find out what's paid out and what each municipality gets to that. But it's a large amount of money.
So you could see why, if Casey's had the opportunity to be able to buy the extra property, and that is in the works, why they would redesign whatever it was that they were going to build there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yep, it's a money thing.
So anyway,
Unfortunate, but that's the way it works.
I hate the fact that it's going to take another year.
So that's going to look like it is now for a year.
Apparently,
Ooh.
yeah. That's
Well,
the best
maybe
word.
they'll finish the cleanup.
Well, yeah. Let's hope that.
Yeah,
let's just
let's
flatten
finish
it
the
out.
cleanup, and then that's okay.
Sure hope that there's not a bunch of weeds that are going to grow
Yeah.
up there. You know what? I've got in my hand, my pork burger stained hand, a ticket to this evening's fish dinner, the
It's-
fish fry.
It's a golden ticket.
And it's going to be at the Masonic Lodge at First and Delaware in Fairfield. And the beauty of that is, I think all three of us are going to be eating there at one time tonight or another. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Do these guys know how to fry fish?
I bet they do.
Believe they do.
I bet they do.
You know, sometimes those guys that fry the fish, they have funny hats on.
We're not going to do that one.
Gosh, I wish I was home. I think I know this.
If you know what if you know what they call those funny hats, give us a call at 842
You want a hint? We asked the same question twice yesterday.
3715.
Somebody might call and give you the answer and then not take the prize.
That's right. That's right. Well, here it is. It's waiting for somebody.
842-3715. All you have to do is tell us
Those funny
what's
hats.
the name of the hats that Shriners wear.
Yeah.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
I'm sorry.
No.
I got to give a plug to Frontier College, if that's okay.
Sure, go right ahead.
Well, back in 1977, my oldest brother was working at the Spartans manufacturing plant at Flora. And about a year goes by, and he says, I got to get me a trade. I don't want that assembly line. So he tells himself that I'm going to sign up for the 2-1 die.
Oh.
It makes the various molds, and the rest is history.
Oh.
You have a good day.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
very
That's not the answer to the funny hat question.
But we do have another caller
All right,
on the
all right.
line. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
It's a Fez. Who am I talking to?
42.
All right, Gordy. Congratulations.
Gordy, how you doing?
How'd you know that, Gordy?
How did I know that? Well, I'm not a Shriner, but I do help support the Shriners and stuff like that.
Yes, you do. Let me tell you something, Gordy. I've been watching. You're a heck of an artist.
You are.
My goodness.
Thank you.
I mean, some of the stuff you've done is just most impressive. You even
actually-
you made this guy across the table from me look good.
I was going to say the picture you drew of me actually looks better than me in person.
Absolutely. By far. You took away some of
You
the.
look younger or older. I can make you look younger or older. I've even found out I can take off 5 or 10 pounds just by erasing a little bit.
We need to talk, Gordy.
Yeah. Good idea.
Thank you.
He needs to add about 3 inches. All right, Gordy. Thank you,
Thank
buddy.
you.
We
All right,
appreciate
we
it.
got a ticket out here
Come
for you.
out and pick him up.
All right.
All right. All
Take care,
right.
Gordy.
Is it time for the bucket of
It
bucks?
is the bucket of buck time. All right, we got birthdays today. Carol Burnett today is 86 years old. Doesn't that make you feel, though?
Yeah.
She moved with her grandmother from Texas to Hollywood when she was in high school to attend Hollywood High. Her first gig on TV was the Gary Moore Show, and it's not the guy that runs Wayne White Propane, okay? Gary Moore. Do you remember Gary Moore?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I do not
she
remember
was,
that show.
She was a young comedian on that. She had 11 years with the Carol Burnett Show and some classic comedy on there.
yeah.
Yes, and she always.
That was her grandmother.
to her
Always
grandma. She
loved
always
the,
tugged on her ear,
Mrs. Sawiggins.
Mrs.
Oh,
DeWiggins,
Mrs.
Tim Conway,
DeWiggins.
Harvey Korman.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
my
there's
gosh.
Vicki
great
Lawrence. Yeah.
Lyle Waggoner. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were wonderful. What a great show.
And she's got I don't know if she's still doing it, but she had a show on Netflix.
really,
It's something with Carol Burnett. And what it was is they had a panel of kids, 5, 10 years old, something like that. And they would bring on people with issues, problems.
Right.
And those kids would offer suggestions.
sounds
how
like
to-
Art Linklater. to
Yeah,
me.
it's almost like that.
Kids said the darndest things, you know.
It's almost like that in reverse. But
She's been in some movies too. The Four Seasons, Pete and Tilly. She lost her daughter at the age of 38. She'd had some drug issues, but she died of cancer, and that was devastating to her, as I understand. and she's had 3 husbands. Her current husband is 23 years her junior.
Cougar.
Guess what that makes her?
Cougar. Cougar.
She's a cougar.
Yeah, she's not just a cougar. She's a cougar.
But I thought you were going to say he was 23 years old. And I was like,
No. Now that's a cougar.
I was going to say her name was Tony Randall in another line. Toni Randall.
All right, so here's the trivia question.
Here's the clue
Okay.
to the trivia question for later,
Okay.
and we'll do it here in a bit.
Well, you want me to? I will not mention this. Here's what does Bobby? I'll do it right now.
Yeah, why not?
What does Bobby Rydell have to do with Fairfield Community High School? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
It's kind of like a Kevin Bacon thing.
Yeah.
You know the game
Why?
Kevin Bacon. It's
What
kinda
does
like the
Bobby?
Kevin Bacon
Bobby
thing.
Rydell is 76 today. His real name is Robert Louis Ryderelli.
huh?
Ryderelli.
Right or Ellie?
But he became Bobby Rydell. Of course, the teen idol. His songs that hit big, Volare, Whoa, 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 Wild One. And he was in a movie at one time.
Yeah.
We won't say anything more about that.
BBB.
You know, he's been touring with Fabian and Frankie Avalon.
Really?
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Well, okay, so if you know what connects Bobby Rydell to FCHS, give us a call.
And we're going to set you up with a pair of
2
tickets to
tickets.
see Bye Bye Birdie.
Bye Bye
this
Birdie
weekend.
this weekend. That
All
is
right.
going to be on Saturday night, the Saturday night performance, FCHS. All right, take the phone. Nope, okay. Gary Wright is 75 today. What comes to mind when you hear Gary Wright?
Gary Wright.
Gary Wright. Dream Weaver. Remember that song
Yeah.
from 1975?
Yeah.
You were around in 75.
That's right. Back in the
You were
that was
around.
the day, man. When you say back in the day, that was the day.
75. You were walking up down the hallways, probably holding the hand of your wife, your eventual wife, walking up and down FCHS hallways. Love is Alive, also another song that he did. Former child actor on Broadway. He was in Fanny. He also was a very close friend of George Harrison and did a number of George Harrison songs. Gary Wright, 75 today. Still don't have a call
Did
on
he
that?
did Dreamweaver, right?
Dreamweaver, that was it, yes.
Okay, that was not a call for
Okay.
us, but here's the question.
All right, go
For a
ahead.
pair of tickets to see Bye Bye
Yep.
Birdie this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
what does Bobby Rydell have in common
That's a better way to phrase it.
Fairfield Community High School and their production of Bye
That's
Bye
right.
Birdie?
Bobby Rydell did not graduate from FCHS. You didn't see him in there, did you, Bill?
I didn't play ball with him.
Didn't play ball with Bobby Rydell.
All right, phone number to call 842-3715. Give us an answer, and you'll get tickets to see Bye Bye Birdie.
Kevin James is 54 today.
The
King of
comedian-
Queens.
The King of Queens. Okay.
Doug Heffernan was his name in the Hefferman is his name. He was a like a UPS guy.
Yeah,
And
I remember that. Leah Remini was in that show too.
Yes.
The ex-Scientologist.
Boy, does she made she made some hay off of being an ex-Scientologist.
Oh man,
I don't know. I don't know why, but I get drawn to that show, and I've seen
yeah, I know.
quite a bit of
It's
it.
kind of like Dr. Pimple Popper and
Oh.
the
Oh,
Cobra,
God,
man.
yes.
You can't stop
Can't
watching it.
watching enough of it.
I'm not going to start.
Don't.
Because you won't be able to stop.
He's been in movies like Hitch, Mall Cop. His
Yeah,
memories
Paul
on that.
Blart,
Yeah.
Mall Cop.
Yeah. And he's also been in a lot of voice work for animated features. He is scandalous free. When you go to the personal life and you know how many wives and something. One wife, 4 kids.
Nothing.
Good Catholic.
All right.
Good man.
Good
All he's
for
got to
him.
do is run for office. They'll find something.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Still nobody on that. Oh, there's a call.
All right.
Let's see if that's the answer to our trivia question.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Good morning. Bobby Rydell was in the movie in 1963, Bye
What?
Bye Birdie.
Perfect.
Who is this?
This is Erlene Gualdoni.
All right.
Erlene, thank you for listening, and I have written your name on the back of these tickets for Saturday night. Bye Bye Birdie at FCHS, and they'll be out front waiting for you anytime you want to drop by and pick them up, okay?
All right.
Great. Thanks so much.
Oh, thank you.
So-
Appreciate
All right,
it
yeah.
so much. Okay.
Bobby Rydell
Yes.
was in the movie version of Bye Bye Birdie.
He was with, Anne Margaret and Dick Van Dyke. And he played Hugo Peabody
All right,
in the movie.
Of course he did.
there you go.
You know, they wrote lines. There's no lines, at least in the original play, for Hugo Peabody. But when they got Bobby Rydell, they wrote lines for him for the movie. So, anyway. Other history today. Oh, by the way, Hondo died.
John Havlicek?
Yes.
Really?
Last
Yeah,
night.
I saw that.
Now, how old was he?
I want to say he was 77. We just had him on birthdays.
we were just talking
about
about it.
2 weeks ago.
That's right.
Ohio
That's right.
State University. I think he had. Oh man, he must have had a ring for at least one hand. A ring for every finger on one hand.
And part of his toes, I think.
Yeah, I mean he
Wing-
played with Bill Russell, and I think he was on the. I think he bridged between Bill Russell and Casey Jones and Larry Bird, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
He was tough.
Ugh.
Boy, he was.
Was he a left-hander?
No.
No,
I
he was a
think so,
right-hander.
yeah.
Okay, all right. Anyway, he died. I hate to hear that. He was really. But I would say, with the exception of those two people that I mentioned, the most notable Celtic between Larry Bird and
JoJo White and Casey Jones. And
Russell.
Bill
Russell.
Russell. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely Bill Russell.
Okay, in history, April 20. By the way, we didn't do the question. Let's do the question before I get into the other dates in history real fast.
oh, the question of the day.
Yeah, the question of the day. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll hold the question of the day going into the break. How's that sound?
right,
I'll do the
we'll do that.
history. Do the history right now. Copernicus first saw Saturn in 1514. Hey, look at that. 1819, the first Oddfellows Lodge in U.S. established in Baltimore.
Man, those guys are really odd.
John Wilkes Booth killed by the U.S. Federal Cavalry in 1865.
Just
He had-
outside Washington, D.C.
yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah, they found him.
Maryland, I think.
Yeah, right in.
1921, the first weather broadcast was heard for the first time on radio in St. Louis, Missouri, and it was brought to you by Conard.
And how accurate was it?
So I don't.
Well,
Let's-
well, I gave my forecast that is always 100% accurate this morning.
And that was?
It will either rain or it won't.
Yes.
The sun will shine or it will not. It will be warm or it will be chilly.
That's a pretty good variation there.
And that might
1931,
change from hour to hour.
Yes.
1931, Lou Gehrig hit a home run, but it was called out for passing a runner.
What do you do? Catch up with Ruth?
Yeah, apparently.
Ruth had stopped off at the hot dog stand.
Yeah.
So,
NBC premiered Lum and Abner for the first time in 1931. It went on for 24 years. It was on this radio station
Yes.
for years and
Jot 'em
years
down story.
and years. 1941, an organ was played at a baseball game for the first time in Chicago. Do you remember what happened then? It was a streaker that went in there. You know, guess what?
Cubs lost.
No, they got caught by the organ. Okay, 1986.
Oh man!
Ba-dum-bum. Yeah, I need
Are we
a
going
rim
down
shot.
the toilet
Yes,
again?
we are.
Yes, definitely.
The world's worst nuclear disaster happened in Chernobyl on this date in '86. Music history: GI Blues was filmed on this date in 1960 with Elvis. The Beatles attended the 28th birthday party for Roy Orbison. 75, B.J. Thomas had the longest title of a #1 song at the top of Billboard in history. That song was?
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Nope.
No. I do not know.
Hey, won't you play another somebody done somebody
somebody
wrong
wrong
song? That's a long title.
That is a long time.
I think that'll do it for the bunk. I got more stuff on Havlicek here, but we'll wait. We'll ask the question of the day. We'll take a break.
All right.
Question of the day. And you can join us when we come back if you have one you wanted to share. The question of the day: your favorite teacher and why?
Favorite teacher and why?
And
All
we'll
right.
talk about it when we come back from this break on Morning Coffee.
Whether you're painting your home or you're a pro painting someone else's home, perfect color starts with the perfect paint. PPG Timeless, now at the Home Depot for just $34.98. Get fast one-coat coverage. It's durable, and it's been trusted by pros for over 135 years. Now it's your turn. Today is the day for doing with PPG Timeless, starting at just $34.98. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only.
Hey, it's Bobby Bones. If you're in the market for a new car, you have to check out Hyundai. Their Shopper Assurance program is the future of car shopping. There's a ton of features, from transparent pricing to streamlining the purchase online. But my favorite part, you can schedule a test drive at home or work with Hyundai. It's easy. Too busy to go test drive? They'll even come to you. Hyundai Shopper Assurance, available at participating dealerships only. Visit HyundaiUSA.com/Shopper Assurance for more details.
When describing traditional products like checking or savings accounts, many banks use the words personal banking. At F&B, we like to focus on the personal side of that term. How? By always applying personal attention, by always delivering with personal care, and by treating you like a person, not an account. F&B, Banking, Business, Life. Member FDIC.
It's no use, Albert. My mind's made up. I've been with Almelu 8 years now, and as you well know, I've been much more than just a secretary to you.
Rose, those were moments of madness.
Well, between those moments of madness in the office, I put in a good 90-hour week.
I get it. You want a raise.
Wrong. You know what I want.
Rosie, if you're referring to anything of a more permanent nature between you and me, I'm not ready for it. And besides, there are religious differences.
Spanish is not a religion.
And if it's part of the company you're after, the answer is still no to that too. Almelu is, well, between me, Mama, and Lou. And any change in that would kill that wonderful woman who bore me.
Nothing could kill your mother, Albert, except maybe a silver bullet.
Well, attend the FCHS production of Bye Bye Birdie and see what happens to Rosie, Albert, and the rest of the cast.
Performance dates are April 26th and 27th at 7 p.m. and the 28th at 2 p.m. Doors will open 45 minutes before the production time, and all tickets can be purchased at the door. Hope to see you there.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another time capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when Hurricane Betsy lashed into Louisiana? President Johnson signed a bill creating HUD, the Department of Housing and Urban Development. Casey Stengel retired after 56 years in baseball. The Minnesota Twins won their first pennant, and Sandy Koufax made his fourth no-hitter something special.
Sandy into his windup. Here's the pitch. Swung out and missed a perfect game.
We said farewell to Dr. Albert Schweitzer, saw new TV shows like Hogan's Heroes, Get Smart, and I Dream of Jeannie, and heard all of these new songs on the radio.
Trouble. And the question is, do you believe in magic? Just if you can.
If you just treat her right now.
Those songs were big winners when they hit the air, but when did they? The answer and a touch of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
If you're looking for a new doctor, look no further than the new SSM Health Provider Finder. Search for physicians online based on conditions and treatments, name spellings and pronunciations, and locations near you. What's more, SSM Health doctors are known for taking the time to listen and connect with you. We call this the healing power of presence. You'll find this helpful tool at ssmhealth.com/doctors.
September 1965.
We're on the eve of destruction.
Barry Maguire and Eve of Destruction, the top song of September 1965. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another time capsule.
The Fairfield Chamber of Commerce, along with the retail merchants, want to invite you to join us in the Pamper Your Mom promotion. From now through May 10th, shop at any participating merchant to enter your grandma, mom, wife, or daughter for a chance to win a floral bouquet filled with 24 gift certificates from local chamber members. This will be a Mother's Day to remember for one lucky mom. Thank you for shopping local this Mother's Day.
spring sales event continues at Le Mans in Fairfield. All remaining new 18 vehicles have been drastically reduced in price to move, including Wranglers. Several new 19 models are heavily discounted as well. Save up to $8,000 on a new 19 Pacifica, up to $6,000 in discounts on new 19 Cherokees, and savings up to $7,000 on new 19 Grand Cherokees, along with attractive lease deals available. Le Mans prices always include destination and everyone qualifies. The spring sales event ends April 30th at Le Mans Chrysler, 412 East Main in Fairfield, and LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
All right, welcome back to Morning Coffee. Question of the day.
Your favorite teacher and why? I got one text in, this from Chris. DJ Wood, because he truly loved kids, teenagers. Seeing his smile every day in the FCHS halls was the highlight of every school day. What a nice thing to say.
That is very nice. Phone number to call 842-3715 if you'd like to join us.
All right.
Tell us who your favorite teacher was.
Let's look at Bill because he's a homie.
I've got two answers.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
But my favorite teacher is my wife.
Well
Okay.
played, my friend.
Oh, I was
well
waiting for that
played.
one. I was waiting for that one.
But my favorite teacher
Yes.
that actually I had in school would have been my second grade teacher, Wanda Martin.
Wanda Martin.
She was just a fine lady, and the reason I remember it so well is because I had chicken pox in second grade.
Right.
And she brought me a Viewmaster.
What a nice thing to do.
And I think she did that for every student that was out for a prolonged time.
neat.
Just-
All right.
Yeah, we got somebody on there.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Hello.
Anybody there? Oh, they hung up.
No, it's a shame. All right, so a Viewmaster, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I had Viewmasters. Did you?
Oh, yeah.
That was a big deal.
Oh, yeah, that was a big deal back in the day.
Well, mine would not be known to people. I was my sixth grade teacher, and here's what happened. They'd have to promote, when they promote you to seventh grade, which was the junior high then.
Yes.
You're laughing because you think she promoted me. That's no.
It was a social promotion.
It was a deal was.
It was just to get him out of her class.
I wasn't a great student, but she recommended me for the accelerated seventh grade class. Okay. Which was, very nice, but it was also onerous because I was not an advanced math student, so I struggled like heck. But she made me. She was the first person to see something.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what she saw.
She had good eyes.
She saw something that maybe others hadn't seen up to that point. So I will pay homage to her.
All right.
You?
My high school history teacher and baseball coach, Mr. Just.
Mr.
Howard
Just.
Just. Yep, he was. He passed away a few years ago. He was riding a bike, exercising, was hit by a car.
Oh my!
But it was just his classes were just a ball. And of course, since I played baseball, we got to get out of class a lot.
That's pretty good too.
But we got to go out a lot of times and actually study on the field.
Yeah.
He'd actually take us out. He'd work on the field and teach us.
I'd have a different answer if it was my favorite coach.
Yes.
Well, he
Wouldn't
was my
you?
favorite teacher and coach.
Well, see, what you've done, you've expanded the question of the
I'm
day.
sorry.
But I had a coach in high school that was a former Marine high school basketball coach. We were a horrible basketball team, but we could establish a beachhead and go ashore. And for him, it was all about effort. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. He said, when you come off the floor, I can tell whether or not you've left it on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, that stuck with me.
The one quote I remember from high school sports, my football coach.
Yeah.
Get with the program, son.
Yes. I'm going to tell a real quick. This is a very funny story. I was a junior and I was languishing on the end of the bench as a junior.
Yeah.
And I had this incredible JV game where the basket looked like it was 8 feet wide. Everything was going in, and so
You had a game like Noah McElravy had earlier this year on the JV game.
They obviously weren't playing defense on it.
No, they didn't. They left me alone. And so
Because
during the
he
varsity
was looking
game,
into the bench most of the
and I had not sniffed the court in varsity.
Okay.
We're about 4 games in, and I'm on the end of the bench, and one of my buddies, early in the game, we're losing, taps me on the shoulder and says, the Marine, Coach Carey wants you down at the end of the bench to go in. I get up and run like an idiot down and squat next to him. And he's looking at the game, and he looks at me and he says, what the blank are you doing here? And I said, oh, I'm sorry, sir. And I get up and I run back to the bench and I want to kill this guy. Well, the JV coach turns to him and says, hey, you're losing. He never missed in the JV game. So what happens? The coach says, tell Dreeth to come down here. The guy next to me says, Coach wants it. I said, I'm never going to go that one again.
So you still didn't get in the varsity game.
Well, he screams, Dreeth! Oh. And I come down, he puts me in, and I'm going to tell you, I mean, I have very mediocre, but I hit 5 shots in a row. We won the ball game. And the next night, I came in for the JV game at 6:15. Mm-hmm. And the coach wants to see you. Well, that was never good with the Marine. Went into